where your entertainment will be transformed.
Ba weep grogna weep niddy bong, my fellow addicts. This is TFA 1024, the Transformers Addict, coming at you with yet another TFA review. And if you watched Ironhide's video review and you stuck around to the end, hopefully you did, this is the video review for the Transformers Generations Power of the Primes Deluxe Class. What do you mean I can't call her? Trademark. Why do I have to call her? I don't want to call her that, because that's not her name! Okay. Novastar. There's already a problem here. I mean, it doesn't take anything away from the figure, it just bugs me. Why is that her name? That's not her name. Her name is... Can you quit with the bleeping? Thank you. Her name is Firestar. Why the name change? Anyway, before we take a quick look at the figure, let's go ahead and take a quick look at the packaging, as always, in the new fashion that we've been doing. So here's the front. Here's the side showing off Elita Infinite. Here's the other side showing off all of the Primes symbols etched into the plastic bubble. And here's the back of the box with your obligatory products, shots, conversion steps, cross sales, and more. You also get the obligatory collectors. So here we have Power of the Primes Novastar, or if you're a G1 fan, Firestar in her vehicle mode, and it's a Cybertronian racer. Similar to Moonracer, which I have off screen right now. This is actually pretty accurate to Moonracer's vehicle mode in the IDW comics. Very accurate, actually. The only thing I can complain about is that she's not really a pickup truck, a Cybertronian pickup truck like she was in the Generation 1 episodes, Search for Alpha Trion, where we were gifted with the debut of the Fembots. And it's not necessarily a bad vehicle mode for Firestar, it's just not really one that I prefer for her specifically. The same can be said with the War for Cybertron Siege Chromia that we're getting next year, earlier next year. But for a quick comparison, here is Firestar, Novastar, next to Moonracer, and you can see it's just a straight repaint, but with a brand new head. Well, you can't see the head yet, but it's... Spoiler, it's in there. Of course, she can roll, as rolling things should. I mean, as rolling vehicles should. Hooray for functioning wheels. But unfortunately, because, like Moonracer, she has these two pegs down here, and they barely give you enough clearance to actually roll across the ground. But she does roll surprisingly well. She more drifts than anything, but she does roll. So the wheels make contact with the ground, which is a good thing. And of course she does come with weapons. She comes with the Prime Armor, or the Papoose, and a single-barreled gun with a scope, or a grenade launcher. I don't know. And you can plug it in and incorporate it into the vehicle mode, but what I like to do is I kind of like to keep it like this. Mainly I prefer to keep the inside of the gun facing inward. And you can take this and you just plug it in right here in this small little slot. And now she has a spoiler with a gun. This is pretty cool. But of course, you probably won't do that because it looks silly. Now for a brief size comparison, because we have to, here she is next to the previous version of her boyfriend, Generations, or I'm sorry, Universe 2.0 Voyager Class Inferno. And mine's just a wee bit dirty, and I apologize for that. I haven't played with him for a little while. And you can see, in this case, the fire truck is bigger. But of course that's improper because, I mean it is proper, because G1, but of course we want to see the Power of the Primes Inferno. And this works for me, honestly. I'm not really going to complain too much. This does work for the most part. But that's pretty good. If I do say so myself. And I do because I can only speak for myself. So there is that. So with all that out of the way, let's go ahead and get Firestar with the power of stop motion from looking like this to revealing the female Autobot within. But yeah, this is where a large majority, once again, is where the similarities come into play between her and Moonracer, because again, she's just a straight up repaint / slight retool of Moonracer. But I will give Hasbro credit, this head sculpt is totally Firestar. And it's really nice and refreshing to actually have some female Autobots join a main toy line. You know, how often is it do we ever get, like, actual fembots? The only ones we ever get are, like, RC, Windblade. Very seldom do we get Chromia. Now we're getting Generation 1 Firestar, who has never gotten a toy, you know. So yeah, Firestar. Head sculpt, it turned out really beautifully. The face actually turned out really nice as well. She actually has her orange lips, which is kind of nice. The painting and molding on the figure is really well done. This is kind of just painted over with a nice Autobot insignia on her bust. You got her abs, showing she's got abs. She's ripped. She will beat you. But none of it's really picked out in paint, which is unfortunate, but I can understand why. So, and her feet are pretty much just the bottoms of the cars, the bottom of the car, which is unfortunate. But, and of course, she does have a backpack, because she does. She's got drunk in the trunk. She don't care. She'll flaunt it about. She's got that sass. She's got that flair. She's Firestar. So, and of course you can integrate her weapons into her robot mode. So before we do off the gun, let's go ahead and demonstrate the Prime Armor. It's your standard Power of the Primes connection. For the most part, she has two small slivets right there on each side near her chest. And basically the pegs on the thumbs are going to connect in. But I would advise caution because I'm pretty sure this is painted clear plastic and you do not want to break it. So you're just going to wrap it around like so, and now she has Prime Armor attached, which is basically a baby carrier for Prime Masters. That's how you do the Prime Armor. And you can take her gun and you can plug it in her hand. We'll do it in the right, or the left hand, because that's what the box art shows. It's unfortunate she does not come with any Energon cubes. That would have been cool. So now she's ready to blast some Decepticons. Maybe Shockwave. Maybe Shockwave did something. He is the worst shot in the galaxy, after all. So there you go. There is that. She keeps wanting to do the splits. No! But hey, good segue. So, for articulation, her head is on a ball joint. It can look up that far, down that far. She can rotate her head 360 degrees. But again, I advise caution. Due to her transformation, she can even look further because of this additional joint right here on her neck. The arms are on a ball joint. They rotate 360 degrees, unless, you know, you move it outward a bit. They go in and out. They can swivel just a little bit, but be careful again because clear plastic is a sign that it might break. The elbows are on a ball joint. They bend that much. They go in and out. If I can do it, please do it. Thank you. And they can swivel. Waist articulation is pretty much this. It can rotate 360 degrees, and that's because she can form an arm, which I'm also not demonstrating those modes as well until the Lita Infinite's video review, which I apologize for the inconvenience. Hips are on a ball joint. They can move forward, back, in, out, swivel. Nice knee bend. 90-degree knee bend. She'll poke you with her knee pad. The foot can kind of move up and down, and there's a slight pivot. Not a big pivot, but a dainty pivot. Like the little lady she is. So there is that. Now for some brief size comparisons, here she is with Wave 2 Moonracer. If they would like to stand straight. Good enough, thank you. And they look good together. And of course, because we have to, here she is with the Universe 2.0 Voyager class Inferno. And Inferno's a big old chunky boy. But they make a cute couple. But if you want better scale, because this is the older generations, here she is next to the Power of the Primes Voyager class Inferno. And that looks good. I'm happy with that. So there you go. There is. So my overall thoughts on Power of the Primes Firestar is she's an alright use of the Moonracer mold. She's not perfect. Her robot mode shines a lot more than her vehicle mode because her vehicle mode is supposed to be a Cybertronian pickup truck, and that kind of disappoints me, but I understand as to why Hasbro made that decision not to do it. I will definitely say, though, the only reason I specifically bought Firestar was for this. Because this is adorable. If you have no idea what this is from, check out the Search for Alpha Trion from Generation 1. You won't regret it. So do I recommend her? As a general Transformers figure, only if you really want to spend the money. Granted, she's only about $16. That could go towards like a Studio Series figure or a cheap third-party figure, like a TF Direct, or not TF Direct, TF Dream Factory Wrecker or something. But I paid a little over for her just because I really wanted her because she was already out, and I got her within the same week, so I was happy. But that's only because I really wanted her for this. As an addition to your female Autobots, definitely pick her up. As an addition to your Combiner Wars line, definitely pick her up. As a companion piece to your Inferno of your choice, yes, definitely pick her up. But as a general Transformers figure, only if you want to spend the money. Because while she's not necessarily a necessity to your collection, she is a very fine addition to it, as well as your Autobots and the Inferno of your choice. So pick her up if you want to, because I recommend, so you can decide. And also, special thanks once again to my good buddy, Nacho Prime 69 for hooking me up with her. I really do appreciate it, dude. Thank you so much, because now my Power of the Primes figures toy line is complete. And I could not be happier. If also not sadder, because Power of the Primes was a good toy line. The whole Generations trilogy, Prime Wars trilogy line was great. And it just sucks to see it go. But hey, we got War for Cybertron Siege coming on, and it seems like that same aesthetic is continuing, so let's see what the future holds, my fellow addicts. So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to say. Oh, and also, a link for his YouTube channel will be down in the description down below, so by all means, feel free to go check him out. Hit that big red subscribe button for him, and tell him TFA 1024 sent me. But now, with all that being said, my fellow addicts, that's pretty much all there is to say. So this has been the video review for the Transformers Power of the Primes Deluxe Class Firestar, and I want to thank each and every one of you for watching. And please remember, my fellow addicts, until next time, to get addicted, stay addicted, and TF addicts, for life! This is TFA 1024, the Transformers Addict, rolling out till all are one. Well, this is going to require a whole different approach. See you next time!